Hi, in this tutorial we'll see how do we compare two data sets. So dataset 1 and dataset 2 are there, so you wanted to compare those two different data sets. How do you compare it? Suppose you are in real time talking about the real time concept. Daily you would be receiving a data from client on day 1 and day 2. So before processing you wanted to check, like, so day 1 and day 2 are not same, then process it, right? So normally at the time that might be helpful, or sometimes client will be sending a duplicate file, and before processing you want to check it, okay, whether it's exactly a duplicate file or not, or sometimes an extra record being sent in the second file compared to the first file. So you wanted to trace which line that is, and you wanted to check, compare each lines. So in that case this compare option will be very much helpful. So before to that, let me go and check what are the different data sets we have. Dataset 3 and dataset 4. If I browse dataset 3, I have dataset 2 and 1 as a line, 2 records, and in dataset 4 I have dataset 2 and dataset 3. Okay, and what I will be doing is, so just enter and repeat dataset 1. I will type it, and but here in this you will have 1 2 3 and 4. Okay, 1 2 3 4 it has, and here uh, you will have 1 2 2 3 4, sorry, 3. So in dataset 3 you have 3 records, and in dataset 4 you have 4 records, right? Okay, just go back, and now we'll compare these two data sets and what is the difference there, okay, between those two data sets. We'll go again to 3 utilities, and you have an option called compare data sets. So you can use this 13, okay, version 3, or 12 you can use 13, and here we'll be giving the dataset name dataset 2, sorry, dataset 3, or let me check, just I'm confused. So let me go, it's dataset 3 and 4, sorry, it was dataset 3 and 4. Dataset 3, dataset 4. See, here it is asking which one is a new dataset and which one is old datasets. So the new dataset is 4 and the old dataset is 3. Just remove this star, it is used when we compare members. So listing DSN type, and the compare type is file, line by line, word, bytes, or everything. So by default you compare line by line, and listing type over some delete or change lining. So display output yes, just type enter. So when you press enter, you can see the data set has been compared, and you can see the new data set is dataset 4 and the old data set is dataset 3. How I am going this? By pressing F10 and F11. F11 will go right and F10 will go left. See, now I'm placing a cursor here and pressing F11 to see this data. So okay, so in this you can see and stats like source lines. So you can see how many 80 bytes, out of these 80 bytes what it has been checked. So this is a data set 4, inserted a data set 4 in a new data set. So this is what it says. I see an extra record with the record name as this is data set 4 in the specific columns. And if you look at the stats here, okay, 3 number of lines matches. That means out of 4 records 3 numbers matches, and 1 total changes that has been seen. That means a new 1 file line insertion out of 4 records, new 4 records. In dataset 1 and the new dataset they can see 3, and in dataset 3 you can see 3 records. That means it is showing the stat like how many records there in one dataset and in both the datasets, and what is the new line inserted and what is that record that is being inserted, right? So this is what exactly happened. So now we'll go to start and see, is that the same we are seeing. That's what we see. Dataset 1 2 3 is there, and you can see the same, that means 3 records in old, and here press 4, so you can see the same dataset 1 2 3 4. So okay, so how I am going back to this is by pressing F9 function key on the keyboard. By pressing F9 you can go forward and backward, I mean from data and swapping between one to another, and you can see an option like F9 here, right? So this F9 can swap from one screen to another screen, F9. Okay, so this is how we compare two data sets. And how do we compare the dataset members? The same way. So instead of giving dataset names, you can give the PDS members, and you can give a members list. So if you want to give the member name, you can give a specific member name, or you can simply give a star what are the total members available in one PDS or two other PDS. It will compare and it will show you the results in the same way that you are going to see here. So there, when you compare the PDS, it will show you member wise. It will check member 1 and it will show you the differences member 2, the differences and member 3, and so on. So in this way you can use an option 3.13, that is Super CE or Super C, to compare a data sets. This is the standard version and this is the extended version. You can use any of these two options. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video or you want to comment, you can comment on below the comment section area. For getting more and more updates about the mainframe videos, to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a great and pleasureful day or an evening.